Greetings one and all, welcome back to the channel on part number 104, I think. Yep, 104 of our Farming Simulator 22 Debt Recovery Challenge. We have obviously gone past the debt recovery and are now into our profit making part of the challenge. We are aiming for 100 million. We are continuing on pretty much where we left off from 103. I've done a lot of wood cutting off camera in between the episodes. We'll go over that in just a second. The day has already begun, or should I say the episode has already begun for us. The saddle track is off and seeding field 14. He's seeding in wheat for us because why not? We need more wheat and we need more straw. So that's off and working. Planned for the day, well, let's just go over what it is we've been doing. We have ripped out all the trees up north along this area here, along this strip, all the way down. It's all grassland. We've tidied up that area there and turned that into a bit of grass. So that is ready to go. We're going to make 2 small fields here in today's episode. This one will be linked to this chaff field. That one may end up getting linked. It may not. We'll see. But we need the chaff. So we're going to make 2 fields there. We have ripped out all the trees down south. The last of the southern trees are now gone. This is going to be another field. It's bigger than it looks on the map. I wish these weren't here, to be honest. It would be a lot better if we could get rid of these, but we can't. Wish we could, but we can't. I can't buy it, actually. Would be handy. But anyway, yeah, they're quite wide, and I can turn this into a pretty decent chaff field. And I reckon we could get at least 2 rows going down this way, and it'll lead on into there, which we can cut in another section of field. That'll give us another chaff field down south, which is really, really important because we need a lot of it. That's it. That's the plan for the episode. Field 14 seeding will definitely get done. We are going to plough in these new fields. We're going to lime them. We're going to fertilize them. We'll stone pick them, get them seeded, and they'll be ready to run as soon as we skip through, which will hopefully be in today's episode as well, where we move into October. And there you go. That is the plan. So, video format is my most recent setup is. Oh, I'm an idiot. First things first. If I haven't put it up already, if you want to see a quick recap of 103's work, part 103's work, everything that we did in a list, I'll put it up on the screen now. Hopefully. Pause the video and have a quick read in that. I'll give you an overview of what we did in part 103 if you want to see how it all played out. Go back and watch the episode. Video format for the most recent episodes and the continue for all the future episodes of Farming Simulator is I'm going to go off and do some work. I'm going to stick you guys on pause. I'm going to do some work. I'll bring you back periodically and we'll have a little chat. I'll show you what it is I've been doing. And then you'll go back on pause, we'll do some more work, and we'll just keep rinsing and repeating. Videos will be 30 to 45 minutes long. That's how it is. So I am going to get on with some ploughing and take a good look at how it looks now, and you can see how it looks when we are done. I'm looking forward to this one. It should be really good to see how this comes out. The only issue I just thought of is this plough. It's quite wide, and I don't think we're going to have the space to get it through there without cutting into the field. No, we're not. Not a chance in hell. Okay, new plan. 2 fields down south. One either side of the sawmill. That's a shame. That's a bit of wasted land, but at least it's grass. We can always cut it in to the grassland without too much hassle, and we're still getting a decent amount. I might actually L-shape this one and go up there a little bit. Maybe. No, it's not worth it. But we will cut in a field here, and we'll cut in a field there. So 4 fields. 4 new fields going in today, all going to be chaff. So yeah, you guys go on pause. I'm going to do some work. Phew, blink of an eye, we'll be right back. Let's see the fruits of our labour. Hopefully we can get all 4 done in a very quick space of time. The seeding can get completed, and then we can get into the next day where we can crack on with some harvesting. As you can see, we've got several fields. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fields that are all going to need harvesting. Oh boy, am I harvesters going to have a lot of work ahead of them. They are going to be worked ragged tomorrow, or next month if you prefer, whichever way works for you guys. So yeah, off on the pause you guys go. I'm going to get to work, so blink of an eye and we'll be right back. Blink over, we're back. Right, work has been completed. Getting to the farm here, driving through these narrow little lanes that I created. Not easy for me. I tend to make a few mistakes and tend to crash here and there. The plough work for the new fields is done. The first little mini field down south has been set up and is ready to be seeded. We need to move the stone picker. He's done a... Oh, all things considered, he's actually done a pretty decent job. I expected some problems, especially around the buildings. But as far as I can see, he's actually done exactly what I wanted him to do, which is a little concerning. I expect the AI to normally screw up. Plenty of time yet. Okay, so we've cut in one new field there. We've cut in another new field there. I arced it around, I bent it around. We'll probably run into problems with the AI when it comes to harvesting around that corner. That's fine. Driving back around and clearing that myself is not a huge problem. I'm quite happy to do that. And we have cut in this one up north, which is huge. It is brilliant. That is going to give us a whole load of chaff. It is fantastic. It's really, really long, and I'm going to leave it exactly like it is. I'm not going to link them. I think it'll be better this way. I'm happy to do that bit of grass. I may extend this chaff field into that a little bit so it's got like a step pattern going. Ooh. Paying attention to what I'm doing when driving big heavy tractor with big heavy implements is always a very good idea. Right, so we have to fertilize. Well, we don't actually have to fertilize, but some of it needs fertilization, the other parts don't. We might as well just run over the whole thing with the fertilizer, then it removes any issues. It's not a huge problem for us. It's got a nice wide reach to it. A couple of passes and we'll be done. On the last pass we will engage the line machine, which will do... Oh, hello. Freeze there. It will clear the field in one pass because of its massive reach. So, not an issue there. And then all it needs is stone picking. Seeding will commence as soon as I'm done with the fertilization. We'll head down south first, of course. Seed that into corn, seed that one into corn, and then all the way up to here, seed this into corn, and then we're done. We can skip into October and get harvesting underway. Whether or not we get that into this episode, I'm not quite certain. But I'm hoping we can at least begin, or at the very least get through the day and into October and set up ready to go. So obviously we do have to move the vehicles. Combines are going all over the place tomorrow. We're going to need one on there, one on there, one on there, two on there. Definitely going to need two on number 6. We're going to need the potato harvesters on 11. We're going to need at least 2 combines on there. So yeah, we are going to be spread all over the place in October. It is going to be one hectic ride, and we're absolutely going to need the purple truck to unload the various grain. Maybe actually, we might be able to get away with the trailer and unloading it one at a time, but we'll see how we go. Yeah, it is going to be a hectic, probably a couple of episodes, getting all that harvested up and prepared out. But if we do the smaller fields first, then we can do the prep work while we're harvesting up the bigger fields. That's a good theory. Everything's good in theory. Can we get this in a single pass? Because if we can, I can turn on the lime. Yes. Let's engage the lime. Oh, well, we're liming a bit of the field we didn't want to touch, but there's nothing I can do about that. It's not a huge issue. We'll be going over it again with lime anyway. But the most important thing is we get this field limed in properly, because it does need it. So, yeah, I'm going to throw you guys back on pause. That should catch up for this little segment done. I'm going to do the rest of the work. Hopefully we're going to wrap it up, and then we will skip on in and see how much time we've got left, and we'll go from there. So, once again, blink of an eye. Be right back. Alrighty then. Blink over. We are right back. What have we done? We have seeded corn into our first lower chaff field. We are seeding the second one as we speak, and the stone picking up north has been completed. We're looking good. You will notice that we have lost a significant amount of money. The reason for that is that I decided for a bit more passive income to speed the process up a bit. So we have put into place several new wind turbines, 4 or 5 in total, I think. We put a couple more, at least one more, over with the others, just off in the background there. And we placed a couple more. I'm going to have to look. I can't remember. I've only just done it and I can't remember. That's really bad. Have a look, see here. Right, so I'm pretty certain that... Where is it? There it is. Go to there. Yeah, I put 2 more here. So a total of 4 in this area. More or less all pointing in the same direction. And we put 3 up there. Right on the bend. It's going to be land when we clear the trees, but it's just not going to be used for anything. It's not wide enough to make a field out of. It was only ever going to be grass, so it was just a good place to drop 3 of them. So that is 5 in total. 750,000 a piece. It's a big outlay. Yep, absolutely. But the income that it will generate, it will eventually pay for itself and then some. So it's absolutely worth it. Damn, missed a bit. So yeah, there we go. That will do really nicely for us. Before we place those, we were bringing in roughly about 200,000 an hour with just 2 of them in place. So if my maths is right, we're probably looking at about 600,000, more or less. Obviously not all of that is just from those turbines. A lot of it was from my production chain, which haven't changed. So that's something to take into consideration. But still, was it 67,000 an hour per turbine that it'll generate? So 67,000 times 5. And that's how much extra you're going to be getting every hour that passes on every day, rain or shine, whether I do anything or not. Doesn't make any difference, which is why it's called passive income. I can't work that out, my head's gone frazzled. 60, 60, 120, 140, about 300,000 plus 328,000 extra on top of whatever else it is we've got coming in, roughly, every hour. That is going to make a huge difference. Our number will go right back up to where it was really swiftly. So it's well worth it. almost done with the seeding here, and we will be moving up north to the final field, and then we'll be skipping ahead. So I'm going to throw you guys on pause whilst I finish this up, and then we'll come back. We'll skip through to the next day, and that'll pretty much wrap up this episode, I think. So yeah, blink of an eye, I'll have the work done, and we'll be skipping ahead. Or I might not even do the skip live. I may just accelerate time and bring us back to the start of the day, and we will see where we go from there. So one way or another, for you guys it will be instantaneous. For me, a little bit more work to do. So blink and we'll be done. And back again. Right then, seeding complete. Everything is set up and ready to go. We are now moving implements. Last job of the, well, I suppose you could call it the month. Last job of the day, last job of the month, whatever works for you guys. I can never decide whether I want to call it a day or a month. The principle is exactly the same. One day in game is 1 month. I don't think it really matters whether you call it a day or a month, but either way, last job of the day. That's the potato harvesters in play. Fields. What is that? Brown. Barley. So barley, oat, oat. Number 4 is going to be ready, and that's wheat. And number 12, that's oat. Number 18, that's oat. So we want, they're all going to be the grain headers. All right, grain. If they're grain, what's corn? I'm sure there is an actual term for it. Can't think of it right now, but I'm sure there is an actual term for it. All 4 combines are going to be put into play. Generally, I tend to keep one behind just in case we need to speed the process up, but there are just so many fields that are going to come active when we skip into October that these all are going to get employed without a shadow of a doubt. So we've got 1, 2, 4 are going to be the first ones to go, and then we will move the last combine over to number 6. The barley, I think we'll just dump straight into the grain mill up there, simply because it's just so damn close. I don't need to wheel a trailer all the way up there, and then we're just dealing with a lot of oat. We've got some wheat there, but the wheat can go straight into the farmyard on the way to number 12 if need be, or on the way to number 18. So that could work out, but the barley is so far away. Yeah, I think that works. Rather than starting on the far end, which is where I would normally be, because we'd be working our way back towards the farm, since we are working our way towards the grain mill, we'll start on this end. We will be back to doing an awful lot of baling again, but you know, this is good news. We want lots and lots of straw. How are the animals doing? I haven't looked at the cows for quite some time. 18,000 milk, 18,000 milk. God damn, look how much they are eating. They're going to be out of food in a couple of hours, I think. And I am willing to bet our production system has not... Oh. It's actually put in more than I thought it would. They're actually doing really, really well. Speaking of productions, we have a rank number 10 farm, dairy farm now. This is the dairy facility we placed on the farm itself. We ranked it all the way up to 10, which is the maximum upgrade from the factory upgrade mod. I've never had one that high. Its processes are through the roof. Hopefully it's selling us a fortune. We are currently... Oh, it's receiving sugar. Excellent. So we're selling everything. We're selling butter, cheese, and chocolate, and hopefully at a really, really high rate. That will, of course, aid in our money making. So we need the workhorse, the John Deere tractor with its bucket. We want to get him on the TMR pens, the TMR bins in a minute. We need to start distributing. In that we could use the actual animal feeder. I suppose that would probably be one of the better options. Problem with that is that we have to carefully unload because we don't want to dump the whole thing. We could do one bin per cow shed. That's a viable option, I think. Okay, this is going to be for wheat. Let's make sure he has his straw swath enabled. And the last one. Well, I was going to move him on to field number 6, which still might be a good idea, but I'm wondering whether I shouldn't move him down to 18 and get that one started. But the quicker we get field 6 done, the quicker we can start the construction work on the new double field. Yeah, let's stick with the plan. Straw swath enabled. Hello, chickens. Get on with making me eggs. There we go. Right then, animal feeder. Let's get you up and working. Let's stop into the... Let's go furthest away first. With this guy here. Unload, hopefully. You unload? You don't want to unload? How much to ask? Oh, I see. Okay. We don't unload, apparently. Well, that's not good. Why aren't you unloading? Oh, wait a minute. I wonder if we need to turn it on. Let's try that and see if that works. Nope. Wonder why they won't unload. Let's try this one. We know this one works. Or we could just crash into the cow shed. You know, whichever works for us. Doesn't want to unload into this thing. Fair enough. Well, where there's a will, there's a way. And the way for this is really, really simplistic. We'll go get the tractor in the bucket. We could use the really big trailer we've got, but the problem with that trailer is that it's very, very high and it doesn't quite fit under the pipes. which causes a bit of a problem. Which is a shame. It doesn't really fit under the cowshed either, which again is a problem. There we go. Actually, just occurred to me I could have used the truck. The truck with the damn conveyor would have solved the problem. Maybe. We actually get the truck under there. There's a hedge there, don't drive into the hedge. Oh well, we'll do it this way. A little bit longer, but... almost 200,000 litres. It still won't fill it up. There's no way that we are going to get enough animal feed in here to get them all the way through the night. And even if we do, I think the feeders are going to run out of product that is usable to make animal food long before the next day. The sheer volume of material we are going to need is astronomical. This is pig pen. I'm determined to call these pigs. This is cowshed number 2. Over here. As soon as we've grabbed all the feed that we can, we will accelerate time, and I'll do a bit of manure clearing because it's going to build up heavily. That's all that we need, and then this should fill up really, really nicely through the night. I'm not actually a fan of how the manure builds up in this thing. I'm going to run a bit of an experiment. I'm going to put another one of the manure bunker silo thingies. I want to see whether they will fill it. Silo extensions, manure heap. Now, it wants to be placed near a barn, which is, you know, not a problem. We've got barns all over the place. I don't want it too close to that because it will hook onto that one. If we were to place it here, I mean, here would be better, but we could move the hedgerow a little bit. Let's put it. Put it about there. Fences. Hedgerow. There we go. Still plenty of access to the farm. Hopefully that's wide enough to get most trucks around there. It should be. Let's see if this fills up. If it doesn't, not a huge problem. We can just sell it, and I can remodel this back in if I want to. Or we can just leave it as is. I'm hopeful that it fills. If it fills, then fantastic. So there's 200,000 and change in here, so we'll get 100,000 to one, 100,000 into the other. And then we're done. Whoa. Filling up nicely now. That should be about 300,000 litres in that cowshed. Check that. Animal feed, 355,000 litres. Animal feed, 400,000 litres. We're into the, what's that, orange stage. Looking good so far. It won't stay that way. They're going to munch their way through that in a very, very short space of time. Okay, last one. There we go. Right, let's get the manure out of there. Even if it does start filling in the heap, we still need to get that manure out of there. This is why I don't like it being in here, because it bounces the tractor around. That and the fact, you know, the cows are in here, you can't see anything. Whilst this was a really good little find of a mod, I don't think we're going to use it again. Because I just don't like this manure system. If we can get the heap to work, then brilliant and fantastic. Not looking particularly good so far. But yeah, as it stands, not so good for the manure. go. Right. Crank up the speed. I think we started the day at about 12.8 mil. We are making, well, according to this, we're still making about 200,000 an hour. We should be making a whole lot more than that. Maybe it takes a day to kick in. Put this tractor away, let's go over there and have a look at the manure. Oh, look at that! It is filling! And it is seriously filling. And I'm pretty certain that the pen is clear. It is, other than that tiny little bit. Brilliant. This means we can figure out how to make this work. We can close the gate. So there we go. That works. And oh boy, does that work. That is fantastic. I wish I thought of this sooner. Oh, there we go. We're into October and we're at 12.1 million. This is dropping significantly. Feed. Oh, and the food stats. 300,000 food still in there. Munch, munch, munch. 12.6, 12.8. It's not gone up. They all look dead. That's a little worrying. 200,000 food in there. They're gobbling that up really, really quickly. Nearly 100,000 litres of milk. 6 o'clock. Let's push it to 7. 7 o'clock. So, even though we spent all that money on upgrades and buildings and other bits and pieces, we still turned a profit of about $1 million. All in all, not too bad. Could have been a lot better. I'm a little concerned that the wind turbines are not producing the money I was expecting them to. We should be raking it in, but they're not functioning just yet. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe it takes a little while to kick in, or maybe I've got a bit of a problem, in which case I just wasted several £1 million, but we'll figure that one out. Need to set up trailers and stuff for tomorrow. This guy will be on potato duty. Because they are going to chew through these potatoes really quickly, and they're standard potato pickers, so they don't have the best capacity. Right, animals. Chickens in really good condition. Lots of feed there. Hopefully they're producing really good eggs. Cow sheds, Slaffy cow sheds 1 and 2. 100,000 litres of milk ready to go. 171,000 litres of slurry. And they've still got 258,000 litres of food. Really good. More or less the same in the second one. The sheep are doing good for food and they're producing well. There's loads of sheep in there now. Wow, look at that. They're worth £800. How old are they? 28 months. They're all doing fine. The pigs are doing pretty decently, all things considered. and they're producing a decent amount of slurry. And the large cow barn, we're getting close to reproduction with our original cows at 40. They could do with a bit of a food top-up, but that is a teeny tiny amount. And their milk and slurry need emptying. Of course, all the animals need emptying because we're into a new day. But we have a trailer that will do that for us with the greatest of ease. 14 months for those pigs. 14 months for those pigs. Those chickens are in pretty decent condition and reproducing well. And those sheep could do with a little bit more food. Other than that, all is good. So the animals are looking really, really good. Let's have a look at our productions. Bakery, looking pretty sound. Carpentry, all in good order. Cereal factory still shut down because we don't have enough raisins. The map dairy is doing fine. The oil mill is still running, but is about to run out of olives, so they will shut down pretty soon. Sunflowers could do with a big top up as well. Grape processing is not working because we don't have any grapes. Spinnery is doing relatively well, although the wall is topping up. The sugar mill still has product, although the sugar beets are about to shut down. We have a little bit of cut sugar beet and some sugar cane. No wheat in the grain mill. Decent amount of barley, decent amount of sorghum, and pretty much no oat. So that needs addressing. The other sawmill, which is the one down south, is doing fine, although it could do with the top up of wood, if we get any. We're probably going to have to start thinking about moving wood down there rather than wood chipping it. And the farm sawmill is doing absolutely fine. Water, don't need to worry about that. Lettuce. There we are. We're selling off the strawberries. And seed production. Look at that. Brilliant. The manure is through the roof. No barley or oat. We've got a decent amount of wheat. Loads of solid fertilizer. Slurry is almost topped up entirely. And a ton of seeds. And it's still producing, which is really good. And the BGA silage is halfway empty. There's still some cut sugar beet. That's really cool. Other than that, everything else is shut down for now. Everything will be back up and working soon. And farm carpentry doing well. Food mixers are shut down because he is full. We need to empty him. This bit we can't distribute it to the silo. And the fermentation system is down and out. But it's got a nice chunk of silage in there. Sugar beet cutters aren't working because we don't have any sugar beets. Clothes are producing. Fabric is coming along nicely. Don't need to worry about our lime because we've got loads. And the rank 10 dairy farm producing well. And it will get a huge top up of milk as well. And the last forager is also shut down because it has got a maximum. So we've got 1.5 million litres of TMR ready to be emptied, and we do need to empty it. What about pig food? Did we see pig food? Yeah, that's maxed out too, so that's shut down. I'm not going to touch that. So there we go. All in position, all ready to go. Let's just check on the farm, make sure we've got it all right. So 1 and 2 ready to be harvested, 4 ready to be harvested, 11 ready to be harvested, 6, 12, and 18 all ready to be harvested. Hello, look at the olives. Our new huge olive patch is ready to be harvested, so that's my job for the next episode. And the grapes are making decent progress. So there we go, that is it. We are done. That is where I'm going to wrap this episode up. It may be a bit longer, it may be a bit shorter. I'm not quite certain. Let's have a quick look. Oh, longer. Almost 45 minutes long. So this is where I'll say thank you all very much for joining me. I really hope you enjoyed it. Throw us a comment if you feel like it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Check out my Facebook page. Come say hello. Other than that, guys, have yourself a fantastic day. And I will catch you all on the next one.